All right, okay, is it? All right, is it recording? Yes. All right, everybody, good evening, Diesel Nation. My name is Becky Brose, and I'm super excited. Thank you, Karina, in Idalis and Christy for putting this call together. We could not be more excited. I mean, I have an extreme admiration for Idalis because I am in Mes de Mas with her, so I got to spend time with her. She's amazing. Such a beautiful inside and out, amazing athlete, like just wow, amazing. So tonight we're going to, oh my God, I'm so excited. 30-day breakaway. We're just 1 week away from this amazing launch. I just want to say that I've always, in my whole entire life until just recently, have always said, if I'm running, there's something chasing me, you better run too, because that's how much I hated running all my life. And I realize now, through coached running, which she's going to talk about, how this is it's more that running is more mental than it is physical, and you have to learn to embrace it. And I think 30-day breakaway is going to break away that mentality of that running is just like for certain people, that it's not for you and it's not for me. No, it's for everybody. Our bodies were made to run. So Idalis, without further ado, I would love to know the background of this program, anything that you want to share on how it came about, and just go ahead. We'd love to hear from you.
Becky, and thank you so much for all of you for taking the time to be here with me, to get to know me a little bit more, those of you who don't know me, and to talk about my baby, my new baby, 30-day breakaway that I'm just like so excited. 30-day breakaway was definitely the program, and I'm just going to be completely transparent, the program that I first didn't want to create. And then after I started, I was open-minded and started working with it, and I just fell in love with it, and seeing the test group that right now we have more than 1,000 people who have done it. It has been just amazing, and I'm in love. It made me fall in love even more with running, in the experience, in the process of me getting ready to film. As many of you know, this program was filmed in both languages, so I needed to be in a specific kind of shape to head into production. You could not fake this as you run and talk, and it was very, very empowering for me. And I'm just extremely honored to bring this program to life because it's Beachbody's first, and it's the first of its kind in the industry. There are many similar programs, but there's nothing like it. There's nothing that actually combines strength training, and it gives users the option to whether go outdoors or do the treadmill. And I think that's very unique. And one program that also works for all levels of fitness, and it really helps with body composition. We have weight loss of 15 pounds have been a few of them, and that has been amazing in 30 days. We have many people who were not runners fall in love with running. Now they are able to say, I am a runner, and being able to complete a little bit over 3 miles in 30 days when they were not running. People from all shapes and sizes, and to me that is just incredible of how effective the program is. So the program, we wanted to create, at first I just wanted to do strength training because that's what Beachbody is about, and that's one of my specialty. But Carl, he really cares about this company. He wanted to create something really different. And we're thinking, okay, what is missing? What do we need to add? What another tool can we do? And we were definitely missing a running program, but not just a running program, like a program that is designed for it. When I said rapid, I'm being bold, but it has been proven by now for rapid results, but then at the same time, a high level of strength and conditioning, which is really how I see the program. And obviously we utilize running in the process. So, and then the idea came to first create a walking and running program. And I'm like, no, like it doesn't work if we don't do the strength training, because like I said in the sample, like a good runner is somebody who's strong. Like that's how you prevent injury. That's how you actually run more efficiently. And that's how you continue to increase that longevity and support your body in the process of continuing to get better at running. Okay, what do you want to know? That's pretty much the background. For personal reasons, my main motivation behind this program was literally my own journey with running. I grew up running. I was not a long distance runner. However, people assume that I hated it with all my life. I only did long jump, technical, everything technical. I did the heptathlon. Every time it was my turn to do the 800, which is 2 laps, I would literally cry. I hated the pain. And no, I was not that. I went to a school that you live in that school from Sunday to Friday, and Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, we have in the morning, the sprinters, we needed to run 40 minutes. And I remember that my best friend and I will literally hide in some bushes or something, pretending that we ran, because we were getting out of running 40 minutes. The whole idea of me doing long distance was just like, oh, somebody said that we went to FAU at the same time. Hi, Amanda. Probably didn't see you much because, yeah. But so it was that running was always in track and field. It was something that gave me purpose, that helped me have goals. But then when I lost it in the process, it was also something really, really sad and devastating. So after being sidelined by a big injury due to a car accident in my neck, I was told that I could not run anymore. I could not lift weights. So I spent 4 years of my life, like literally, I became I became everything that I was not supposed to do. And in the process, I got weaker. I got more unhealthy, and my life was just like not good. It's just like, it was bad. So when in the process of me recovering my health after having a severe life of threatening condition in my second pregnancy, I started to educating myself, and I couldn't trust a lot of the doctors, not all of them, because their advice, I was just focusing on the I can'ts, I was just getting worse and weaker. So I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I change? So for me, it was like changing my nutrition, which was really hard for me to start eating vegetables to this day. I do my best. I had a few asparagus today. No, actually, I cooked them. I didn't eat them. I ended up just doing for the rice and the chicken. But I think on lunch, I had a little salad. So it's just really hard, but I still come a long way, and I eat so much better than I did years ago. So it was like the first time you do rice with and chicken. We're so Latina. So then it was that process of me regaining my health that actually led for me to become certified and fall in love with training and coaching other people. And then running played a big part of that, because the first time that I went for a jog, it was after going to University of Miami. I had an appointment with some specialists, and one of them was really familiar with my case. And he was like, "Were you an athlete?" And then he went over all of my conditions. He was like, he literally said this to me. He was like, "Why don't you run again? Why don't you start exercising?" I'm like, "But I can. I'm told that I cannot do these things." And he was like, "What else do you have to lose?" And I remember having like that aha moment. I'm like, it is so true. I have literally nothing else to lose. I was 28 years old. I could barely bathe my baby at a time. I was just like a shell of the person that I used to be. So I changed that mindset, and I'm like, whatever, like I'm going to do what it takes. I'm going to focus on what I can do. And it was not an easy process, but then I got healthier again, and I started running, but in a smarter way, because obviously the injury they're still there, but I've managed to become that my body's so strong now that I can do a lot of things. But now I can run, and it's literally these workouts that we do in 30-day Breakaway that allow me to run, to fall in love. I've been able to run 10Ks. I've been able to do so much that I never did before, while I still enjoy it. And I'm not overdoing it, because not everybody's going to end up running a marathon or a half marathon, and that is okay. And that is what this program is about. It's about introducing running sustainable and different kinds of runs that are tolerable. And that's one of the feedback that I've getting the most. Like, oh, I didn't hate the whole time. Time went by fast. Like, I'm learning how to run. And that's my job and what I want to do for this as a trainer, for you guys to get rid of those self-limiting beliefs like I did, because I was that person. And I promise you, I will pass driving a track and I will literally tear. Like, for 2 years, I couldn't look at it. Oh my God, like thinking about that is gonna make me emotional, because it was like, I really thought I was never going to be able to do these things. So it is possible. So our bodies are resilient, but we do need to put in the work. The first thing starts literally right here, getting rid of all of our excuses, of our I can'ts, and then just start, okay, what can I do? Let me get stronger. There's people that say, I have bad knees. You don't have bad knees. You have weaker glutes, weaker quads, weaker hamstrings, and there's a lot of exercises that are going to help you get better so that you can tolerate running. There are people who legit has bad knees, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, 80% of the population suffers from low back pain. That's pretty bad, guys. Like, so what are we doing about it? Doesn't mean that your back is bad. It means that your hip flexors are getting shorter. By your lifestyle, it means that you're losing the connection with your glutes in your brain. So you need to do those glute activation exercises. And that's basically all of the things that we're going to be doing in this program, like doing short or time efficient that are really smart based on all my experiences. Like I only took it the most effective exercises. And of course, my style, I am going to add some really fun and twist variations because I'm sure you guys are tired of doing the same squats and lunges and things. So but it's still going to make sense, the exercises. And then we're going to run. And then when we combine both, you get the best of both worlds. You get the empowerment of setting performance related goals or getting rid of your I can'ts, of concrete things that you never thought you were going to do. And then in the process of being focused on the non-scale victories, wow, you get an incredible like transformation, like we saw in the test group, like people losing a lot of inches, like in 30 days. Like Jamie said that she got like a little Brazilian butt lift without having to have surgery. And that's okay. And those things, like I like to celebrate those things, but is that the most important? No, like I want you guys to think about your longevity, to think about how you take care of your body and how are you moving that from here to 10, 20 years, you're still like gonna feel amazing in your body and you can keep it up. And that is what this program is about. A lot of people ask me, why do we lift weights first? So the reason why we decide to do that in the program is because, first of all, the kind of audience that you guys are and the people that you guys saw the program. So when it comes to fat loss and body composition, there's a lot of data that shows if you lift heavy first, so you go through your muscle glycogen, which is the carbs, the first source of energy that your body utilizes. And then by the time you do the intervals of run, your body is already in that stage of perfect fat loss. And that is why. But if you are someone who your main goal is to be, you're competing like triathlons, like you want to do a half marathon, that's your main goal, go ahead and do the running first part and prioritize that, but make sure that you do not neglect the lifting portion. So the program is very versatile when it comes to that. And it has 3 different calendars. Okay, let's start digging into it.
Tell us about the calendars. We want to know about the calendars and the scheduling of
it. So, okay, we have 3 calendars. And because obviously with the kind of program like this, it's just not a one size fits all. And I'm sure there's going to be more calendars in the way that I'm going to be working on, because there's people that just want to do the strength component only. There's people that maybe they want to do half marathons, and I'm going to do my best as a trainer to do those things so that you can guys like maximize this program. So we have the time crunch calendar. In all of the work, not all the 3, you do 5. It's not 6, you do 5 workouts. However, you do have a recovery day. And sometimes you have 2 recovery days that you're gonna do the rest day rollout, which is a mobility and recovery using the foam roller and using like the best techniques to increase your mobility. We do ankle exercises to strengthen and increase your stability in your ankles, which is really big when it comes to running. But then we only exercise 5 times a week. Time crunch, 20 to 30 minutes, including warm up and including the cool down, which is a different video that you guys are going to utilize. And then we have the basic one, the one that most people use in the test group. It is 5 times a week, 30 to 45 minutes. 50 minutes some days if you are like me, that goes to La La Land in between and you don't find your shoes, or you just whatever, like you just eat a snack or have to change a diaper, like whatever, don't find your phone, you know, like I'm always like, where's my phone? Like if you are that people person, then like 50 minutes a day, including the cool down. But it does require certain organization, and you need to be prepared. You need to know your route. You need to know, okay, I'm going to take an hour of my day. It's not every day. Like I said, it's 3 to 5 times a week. Usually the first week, you guys, I'm only going to run twice, and then 3 times. And then only week 4, including the 5K, is 4 times. But it's very, very sustainable. Oh, and then we have the advanced. Sorry, my mind is crazy. And it's only Monday. And then we have the advanced. And that one is for, you know, that friend that you have that they're like the fitness people that they want to exercise every day, 5 times a week for 50 minutes, 45.
She's talking about me.
So I don't even do that one. I do the basic. And then sometimes I just add a little bit to the runs if I need to. But because this hair takes too much to go sweat 5 times a week outdoors with the Florida humidity. That's the main reason. Just kidding. So I never do the advanced. And then, so that one, obviously 5 times a week. That one, since week 1, you're running 5 times a week, intervals. And then we have how the strength training and works. We spend like, this program is 60/40, 60% strength training. We have 2 full bodies, 2 upper bodies, 2 core, 2 lower bodies, and then 2 metabolic ones. And that's like kind of like the setup for 5 times a week that you're lifting. And then these are combined for the best results with one of the rounds that it will complement them, the best. We do have one challenging day, usually is the metabolic day. That is there for a reason. Yes, your legs are going to feel heavier. You're going to feel like you're not as good and it's challenging, but that's just there for a reason. You just have to continue to focus on what you can do. Even if you can only run 20 seconds of the 60 second is totally fine. The entire program is all about what you can do. And honestly, it is 30 days. You're going to want to know why? Because yes, it led to results, but because I also wanted to do it in Spanish. So we couldn't do like a 12-week program. So it's the only way that it could work. So it's 30 days. So we can have 2 programs in once. But the program, literally, like some people do it in 30 days, some people do it in 30 something because life happens. Sometimes for some reason you just can't get, and there's not excuses. Life happens. Maybe you didn't feel good that day, and then you push one workout, and that's totally fine. So it's very flexible. It's not meant for you guys to feel like a failure by any means. We have a rainy day cardio. With Jamie, do you like it? Because people seem to be like, I don't care what it takes. If it's snowing, if it's raining, I'm still gonna go run. It is a little longer. It's 27, 28 minutes. It's just all body weight, HIIT style with agility. Kind of like if you guys have done Mes de Más, it's like a combination of the cardios and the agility ones. A combination of those two, like I would say week 3 and week 4, without any crazy moves too much. So it's a combination of those 2 combined. Like we use the mat, and it's kind of like a very like high intensity. So that would be the best way to describe if you're familiar with Mes de Más. And then we have the rest day rollout, which is crucial. So many people, I was in shock how many of you in Beachbody, and I'm going to sound judgmental, I'm not being judgmental, but I was just like legit concerned. How many of you do not foam roll, do not spend that time to do mobility work when you're exercising for almost like every day? And this is like a game changer for your recovery. It's like getting a massage. But when it comes to this program, it is like not optional. You guys have to do it so that you feel good and good about yourself. When it comes to the equipment, we need lights only for a few exercises, and ideally medium to heavy weights. What are heavy weights? Heavy weights are a weight that by rep 6, you feel like, oof, this burns, like you used to struggle. And that's, if you guys want to get the best results with this program, you need to go as heavy as you can. I do understand that there's so many people because of COVID, you cannot find equipment. Let's get creative. Use a sandbag, use a backpack, put a lot of books. There's so many things that you guys can do around the house that you can literally have 30 pounds of weight or 40 without even realize it. So, and that's great content for you guys for social media, by the way. Like, hey, like I want to up my weights, but I don't have to. Maybe you wear a backpack and then you use your dumbbells. That right there is like really, really good. And we use the resistance loops, AKA mini bands. Had the hardest time, remember that for filming. The company's like, you need to call it Beachbody resistance loop. And for 10 years, I'd be like, mini bands. And I literally, when I was rehearsing, I had to write it on my band, resistance loop. And the only times that we had to cut to film it, it was when I would forgot saying resistance loop. Nobody says that. Anyways, so yes, that's what the program kind of like a little bit. When it comes to the runs, beginners, you can walk off whenever you need to. Like, just feel free to walk it out, and then you run while you can. The RPE is a scale of 1 to 10. And I don't want anybody to be intimidated by any number. When my job as a trainer is to create a program that even if you're doing this 5, 10 times, you can still get results. So some of the numbers are a little bit high, but they're not meant to be intimidating. It is about what you can do. Shin splints. How to avoid shin splints. I forgot about that word until I started the test group, because honestly, I've been very lucky. I only got them when I was a teenager. But you guys are more prone to get them because you're not runners. And then if you start doing too much too soon, and depending when you're running, some people might get shin splints, like it happened in the test group. So, which was just a few people, not everyone. Proper running shoes, listen to my cues when it comes to the form. That's going to take a bit to get used to it. And then again, do not try to do too much too soon. If you never run before, even if you're a fitness pro, like you're good, don't do the advanced calendar. Don't go from never running to do 5 times a week running. So maybe do the basic. And again, the RPs, just take it slow. Do your best. If you can find grass or a rubber track, that's my favorite place to train. That would be amazing. But I also know not everybody's going to have the perfect environment and situation to run. So just make sure that you listen to your body, and you do not do too much too soon, and do not skip the warm-ups. Never. Like if you're doing the runs on your own, do the warm-ups that are there and the cool downs, and that alone is just really going to make a big difference. But the running shoes is really, really, really important. Yeah, I would take it slow. Yes, just take it. Yeah, Karina. Yeah, take it slow. Literally, like there's so many people that even week 1, they couldn't even run 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. Like this is design. You just have to like, you cannot be beating yourself up. You're like, focus on like, oh, you're still doing something that you wouldn't be doing if you would not do the program. You're still running 20 seconds out of a minute. You're still getting outdoors. You're still getting so many benefits. And that's what I want you guys to focus. And the same goes with the lifting. I don't know why some people thought in the test group they needed to keep up with me. And then I found out there's some programs in Beachbody that you're like following along. I am very hyper. I move fast. It doesn't mean that you're meant to keep up with me. Some moves, like I go into tempo, but I say it often, like this is about what you can do. This was a very personal experience. I do my best to modify, to show you guys intensifications, level 1, level 2, level 3. So remember, like use whatever, if you already know how to modify push-ups, whenever you can, do what you've been doing. And you guys, most of you are lucky enough that you've come from doing great programs. Like I love Megan so much. Like you're coming from doing MBF and muscle burns fat, and then and they advanced, and it so happens that we were talking, and then I saw a few clips in social. And even if you guys are doing muscle, like at the MBF advanced, we have like 2 moves that are similar. And I'm like, oh my God, that's perfect, because you guys already are going to know how to do those exercises by the time you get to mine. So just use what you know. If you need to modify push-ups or mountain climbers, use your sofa, use a bench, elevate your hands. There's many ways. And I think there's always going to be an excuse, but as a big part of getting results and feeling our best and bettering our relationship with fitness and our body is to stop being hard on yourself and stop comparing yourself like, oh, I cannot do that. I'm never going to do this. No. Focus on what you can do and just believe that you will be able to do it. I always said in the program a lot, I don't even know how many times I'm like, don't get distracted by what you cannot do yet. Don't get distracted and just focus on what you can do, because we spend so much time like, oh, but I'm never going to be able to do this. Like, and then you're just wasting energy instead of doing something that maybe in 2 weeks from now, you're going to be able to master if you just keep doing what you can. So I walk recoveries almost the whole 30 days. Yeah, me did. And let me tell you something about walking recoveries. The way this program is, that's even greater for fat loss. I'm just going to put it out there. Like in the other way, because you're going from like low, like recovering. So, and you're not doing as many like, you're doing more anaerobic than aerobic, like when you walk the recoveries. So there's a lot of benefits from walking the recoveries too. Just keep that in mind. People who are just jogging the entire time, you're going to more aerobic, not as much because you're still doing intervals, so you're still tapping into fat loss, but you're going to burn more calories, but there's a lot of benefits actually when changing the intensity when it comes to fat loss. So keep that in mind.
I love it. I'm super excited. And the coaching aspect, I think what you're saying about the mindset, the coaching and you there constantly reminding us. I mean, the sample workout, I loved it because I just love the coach part of it. I fell in love with it with the Nike Run Club app. I had no idea that was a thing until recently.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm like, that was for me a game changer, because I felt like I had someone telling me, redirect your thoughts. Redirect your mind. Let's think about something different other than the discomfort in your body. And for me, my personal experience, I think running has completely changed my mental sharpness, because I have learned how in times when things get hard, I can automatically shift to affirmations, to my intention, to my faith, and think about things that I can celebrate. celebrate all the wins that I'm creating just by starting, just by not by going. And even if you have to slow down, but you're still moving, and you celebrate that. And when you compound wins, that's when you get excited about running and about doing these things, because it makes you feel good. So, and I loved in the sample how you described it by a scale, by the numbers, because it's kind of hard when someone tells you run at a 5K pace. You're like, I have no freaking
Most
idea.
people don't know. I don't even know my 5K pace. And
What
I'm
does that mean?
like, what do you know? What if that day I sucked? You know, like I don't know my 5K pace. Just kidding. But
no,
no,
but that way you can range. You have an idea.
It's the only way that it works for beginners or advanced, that I can actually coach all of them at the same time. No, like the program is fun. And just keep in mind at the beginning, like with anything new that we do, remember when you guys started exercise for the first time doing Beachbody, any program, sadly, yes, you're gonna be sore. So take it easy, drink a lot of water, and just make sure that you're resting. And if you want to get the soreness out of the way, hopefully you guys, we are September, start this week, start doing at least twice a week. You can do the audio sample, or just start walking and jogging so you get it out of the way, and then stretch so that you don't feel like, oh my God, super, super sore at the beginning.
Absolutely. And don't forget your performance line supplements.
Oh,
that will help too.
When I was an athlete, I was not into supplements, because it's a lot of silly things and NCAA and things, and they literally make you so scared to even drink a protein shake. Like none of the girls in the test group, they on the track. And I'm like, in Puerto Rico, yeah, we have like people who were like more into supplements. They would do creatine and things like that, but I didn't have the knowledge. And I really wish I would, because even when I was filming this, I live energized with, and I don't like to abuse coffee, but Energize was a savior, and the Beachbody Recover, like it works. Like I saw a difference, and people in the test group, they at the beginning, they're not used to drinking the performance line. And I kept saying it, and it wasn't until week 3 that they started, and they're like, oh my God, I feel a difference. Of course you're gonna feel a difference. Like you need those BCAAs, you need that extra protein. Like, and I personally am a plant-based when it comes to supplement. Some women think, oh, but it doesn't agree with me. Keep in mind that a lot of people, like your digestive, you know, when it comes to the whey, it can irritate some. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, the shoes. Someone's asking about shoes. So I'll tell you my experience with the shoes. When I started running with my sister back in May, all I had were training shoes. And COVID, the stores were closed. I went to brooksrunning.com. They have a whole questionnaire that you fill out, and they ask you all these questions about the way you stand, the way you walk. And I bought a pair of shoes, and I love them. And they are game changer. Running shoes are for running. Training shoes are for training. They're not interchangeable. You wouldn't wear basketball shoes to play golf. Don't interchange them. Their supports are different. Definitely try to get shoes that are made for running, that fit your feet and the way that you walk. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, pretty much that. And that's something that I've been really pretty much in most of the calls I'm saying, like, and you do not lift weight with running shoes. Literally somebody in the test group, I said it. And one day they were doing rainy day cardio, and I've never even seen that happening doing high knees. And I saw her ankle getting like, you do not lift weights with running shoes, and people don't listen. You're not gonna have the same stability. That has too much sole, so you're not really activating. So even if you're doing a deadlift or a squat, you're not gonna have the proper mechanics to do it, like in the proper activation. And the same way, like she said, like you don't run in training shoes. What are my training shoes? I don't use any. I do like either bare feet, or when I do, I like Vivo footwear. They're really good. And then Nike has Metcons. There's just a few lines that they're just minimalistic. If you feel, they are training socks, by the way. There's a company, I forgot their name. And I used to wear those, like, and they're amazing. They have great grip if you're doing like heavy weights and things like that. But then running shoes, it changes. I used to love Brooks. And then I actually have an ankle injury a little before COVID. It was pretty bad. And then I don't know why the only ones that feel really good were the Nike React Infinity. And I was a Nike hater. And I've been saying that in every call. I only buy Nikes because they're pretty and because fitness clothes are like my uniform, but they're like the only ones that I feel good in my body. But I would not advise them if you're a beginner. Like already my legs are pretty strong, but they feel really good. Somebody wrote ultras. There's so many. That's the thing. And like maybe what my body likes is not gonna be the one that you like. But if some reason you're feeling like extra knee pains or like just something feels off, is most of the time, besides obviously stretching and strengthening according, which that's going to take time, is the running shoes most of the time.
Absolutely. I agree 150,000%. I don't know. I think we've covered everything, but yeah, don't forget to eat, because Idalis will agree. You want to run long distances, you want to push heavy weight, you have to fuel your body. Guys, get out of plan A. I'm going to keep saying it. I swear, until I'm 100 years old. Get out of plan A.
Right, following the basic and the advanced, people were going I keep forgetting the name, the stream, the other planet, ultimate portion fix, yeah. And then for people who are doing to be mindset, I will advise them to focus on the three bunnies, and just the scale part. Do not put a lot of focus, because when you're lifting heavy and when you're running, your cortisol levels go up and down, water retention, things like that, and you're just gonna drive yourself crazy looking at the scale like what's going on, and it doesn't mean that you're not getting results. So that would be my advice when it comes to like follow the one that feels more in alignment with your lifestyle. They're both pretty the same when it comes to the macros, like 30, 40, 40. So that's good to know. But the program will probably make you, and it was happening in the test group where people, they were getting hungrier. So yeah, you can eat more. That's a good thing.
Clean calories. Yeah. Karina says that the apparel is going on sale October 5th. So next week, we can start on October 5th, correct? The program?
Yes, yeah. As long as you guys have like the resistance loop, yeah. And I'm sure you guys have them. Yeah, that would be cool. And then get creative. It was really fun to see the test group with the 5K. It's been fun. And overall, I just hope this program is just not only a great tool for all you to expand your business, because obviously it's something so good and versatile, and then it's bilingual. Oh, I forgot to say, people have asked me, can I do this on an elliptical or cycling? Yes. Obviously, you're not going to be running the 5K. It's not going to translate. But let's say that you have a client who just can do anything high impact. So what you're going to do is they're going to do, instead of seeing the videos, obviously, of run and listening to the audio, they're going to use the audios are still going to be a video, and they're going to tell you the RPE and the seconds. So they can use that as another tool to get interval work done, change the intensity, change the speed, and that's like really, really efficient as well. But then to wrap up my other thought that I interrupted, but that is, that not only for your business, but that is also like good for you guys, that yeah, just have fun with that. And I can wait, because it was really, really, I've never cried so much for a good reason until the day that people were running the 5K. Like week 1 and the last day of the 5K, people did it like in intervals of like 3 days. And I was just like happy tears to seeing so many people like, and then some of them even had like haters. One of them have the dad said, oh, you're not in shape enough, because she was like a plus size. There's no way you're going to do the 5K. But sometimes like people, these are the old school. My dad is like that. Sometimes they're just like old school people that are just when they talk. But then she was telling me that even still, like she was running, and then on some moment she looked down and he was actually on the street, like he went to her route to see it, to kind of like, that was her way of supporting her. And then obviously she finished the 5K. So, ignore the negativity and just have fun with it. And I'm excited to see you guys creating groups, to get to train you guys those 2 weeks in October. The apparel, this is a fun one, Breakaway vibes. And then we have other ones that are less silly, but I love this one. Like I use it all the time. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys. I have another call that they're probably like, where is she? But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And yeah, like, I love you guys. I can't wait to see you. Like, Miami squad that we never see each other.
I know. Yeah, ahorita we'll run the 5K together.
Yeah. I told Monica, like, and I was talking to Megan today. I'm like, let's go. So let's plan something in the Miami group.
Okay.
And I invited Megan so that we can all like just do the 5K and have like fun.
Perfect.
I'm gonna do it for fun though. I'm not gonna be
Perfect.
competing with anybody, so don't get any ideas.
Okay. That's me, the competitive one. All right. Thank you so much, Idalis. We love you. We love you. We love you. And thank you, Karina, for making this happen for us. We are super excited to break away and to just end the year strong. And for all of us to remove that lid and start to have a lot of passion for running. I know I have. It's been game changer. So thank
Bye.
you, guys. Guys, don't forget to hop on to the other call, other link.